Hello, my beautiful people. Welcome back to another episode of the Bricked BIOS podcast. I am your host today, Isaac. I am joined by the very kind of unhealthy and sick Josh.
I apologize for any noises I make during the podcast, but I'm good. I'm here. So
Got his brother Jacob.
Also, I'm sitting right next to him, so I'm a little scared.
you'll be fine.
You live with him, shush. And then we got Tim.
Hello.
And George.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm in the blast zone over here, right in front of him.
I really hope he sneezes on you.
You'll be
George.
fine.
All right. So, one of the most interesting pieces of news, so that we don't really have too much information on or what the results are going to be, but it is EA being fully bought out by like some three companies, something to do with that. Who has more information on that? Because I'm also not too familiar with that situation.
So it's a consortium led by Saudi Arabia's Public Investment Fund. And then the other two entities are private equity firm Silver Lake and Affinity Partners. It's a $55 billion deal.
$55 billion.
And is that like a buyout or like a percentage of shares, or
That's
how
a
is that
complete
working?
buyout. Anybody who owns shares was paid out like $210 per share or something like that. Which I think the highest that the shares were worth was around 170 back in like August or something like that. I don't remember. I was reading about it earlier, but yeah, this is a complete buyout, so it's going private. It is no longer going to be a publicly owned shared company, meaning that we're going to probably see some changes, but as to what, we don't know yet.
So it looks like they are paying, it is a complete buyout. But they are paying $35 billion, it looks like, in cash, and then they're doing $20 billion in that they're getting finance for. But I'll take $1 billion.
Yeah, 55 billion is a lot for EA.
But I am seeing that PIF they already owned around 10% of EA. So they were already a partial owner.
Do you guys think this is just more symptoms of the whole 2020 COVID situation where all these companies were making they weren't poor financial decisions. They were like, making a lot of money at that time. I don't think EA was excluded from that, but now we're starting to see like the fallout from all those choices that were made 5 years ago. Do you think this is kind of part of that, or do you think this was going to happen regardless?
I don't know. This one, to me, is kind of just, this has obviously been building up to this somewhere along the way, but it kind of came out of nowhere because this has been a public company for decades. And for a private company, a consortium of companies to come in and try to buy it out, it's interesting, especially a partner or a shareholder that only owned around 10%. That's a pretty big shareholder, but for a single entity, it's kind of interesting to speculate what is the reasoning, because now it's a full buyout. It's not a public company anymore.
They're not going to have to answer to anybody but themselves.
Yeah, they don't have to answer to shareholders. So
I'm curious if it's going to end up being a good thing or a bad thing. As of right now, we know EA has kind of been not very popular with the people in the gaming community. They've made some pretty dumb choices, and they've been kind of ruining the sports games. I'll say Madden, and they also do FIFA, right? Or is that 2K?
No, I think it's EA.
It's EA. They also Madden and FIFA, and they have
like practically
MLB.
all the sports games.
Yeah,
MLB's not them.
Is it not?
No.
Oh, I thought they
That's
had one.
Sony.
They also kind of had a track record of like buying out some smaller studios, like bringing them into the EA umbrella, and then like slowly killing them off if they don't like actually bring results that they're expecting.
Well, and with every game that they've developed so recently, they've been trying to make them so that they're just an inflow of money, but they haven't really had a really good return for the players. You had a few really bad Battlefield games that came out. Madden hasn't been good since like 2012, and that's being generous. They were voted the worst company the year that Star Wars Battlefront 2 came out because of the way they handled that whole situation. But I'm just kind of sad because it looked like they were kind of on the right track with Battlefield 6. Everything they've done up now has been pretty decent. I mean, it hasn't come out yet, but I mean, with the open beta, with the way that they've been talking to the fans of the game and saying that we're going to do this one right. I mean, it's like I was excited, and now I'm kind of like, I don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah, I get that. Maybe they're just expecting a big payout out of Battlefield 6 or something like that. I have no clue what step they're trying to take and what direction they're trying to go into. Buying a company like EA that's been down under for a while, like you had mentioned, Josh. I don't know what the business strategy here was.
Oh, I wouldn't say down under.
No, they were making. I think Madden pulls in. I don't know how to speculate, but I know it's a lot of money. Just Madden alone with their microtransactions within the MUT mode, it's insane. You would be sick if you saw the actual number. I mean, I can look it up.
Yeah, it's hard to say that they were they were struggling. They definitely weren't.
They were struggling in the sense of like public opinion, but not so much in their actual like revenue.
Now, there was a couple of things that did come up. I mean, like they did lose their FIFA license. They had to rebrand it as FC now. So that's been rebranded because they weren't able to get
But it's still practically the same game.
Yeah.
Just different name.
Yeah, but
I mean, they still
part of that means they didn't get the license to make FIFA.
They didn't get the license for the name FIFA. They can still put the teams and anything like that.
Yeah.
So for their fiscal year 24 returns, they had a net income of almost $1.3 billion. So they weren't hurting.
Yeah. They did downsize BioWare though during this time.
Yeah, they haven't had I was just thinking about that. They haven't had a good
because Dragon Age came out, the Veilguard, and
I forgot that Mass Effect
really
was also made by EA. That we were talking about that, and it's like, yeah, I haven't.
Which I think is also BioWare, but yeah, we saw they did downsize BioWare already. Which there's some speculation that this new company might just actually rip out BioWare as a whole and sell that, outright.
They're definitely probably going to downsize just to cut some of the cost, but
recuperate some money because they can.
What's interesting about this is also Jared Kushner is the son-in-law of current President Trump, and he is part of he runs the PIF, and then also he has his Saudi Arabia's Sovereign Wealth Fund. So there's a different fund that he helps run. But then he has his own affinity group that's part of this. But then also it's interesting, you see their public investment fund, that PIF, it's worth $1 trillion. That's how much is in there. So $55 billion is just a drop in the bucket.
Yeah.
That's a pretty big drop.
I mean, that's a big drop, but that's a small drop compared to $1 trillion.
That's crazy. Yeah, I don't ever want to hear them make an excuse about like, oh, we didn't have the funds to make this game.
Yeah, there's no excuse now.
No.
Josh needs his Battlefield like injection at some point. Like he needs to get it, and it needs to be good.
Yeah, I've been waiting a while. Well, when was the beta? It was like a month ago now.
Yeah.
Are you in withdrawals?
It's a week away. I am very.
Watch them do a complete 180
over there.
and turn
Have you-
BF6 into a live service game.
Yeah,
No.
it is already going to be.
It will
Good
be live
point.
service.
Have you pre-ordered yet?
No.
Who here has pre-ordered? I think there's a secret pre-order here.
Who has done it?
I have not.
If I had to take a guess, it would be Josh. He's
That
just
would be my
easy.
No.
guess, too.
You can look at my Steam account. It is
Bro,
not.
the people that are pointing the fingers probably are the ones that pre-ordered it.
Probably.
I've thought about it, but I have not.
I've thought about it too.
Bro,
But there's no point. I mean, you're still going to be able like as soon as it's available to play is when I'll probably buy it.
Oh, so he pre-orders basically.
Basically. If the game is as good, I mean, even if it's just the beta, like that alone, I think is going to
If
be.
it's just the
enough to
beta, then
carry
it's
it.
trash.
The beta was not. Well, it could be like Halo when they did that.
If they drop just the beta, you don't think it's going to be trash?
Like if they just dropped the beta and that's the full game, I'd be like, this is actually terrible.
That's how bad it's been for people like me who are like really big into Call of Duty and Halo. Like we haven't had a game like that. It's been at least decent for
Just
a
get
long
on
time.
Marvel Rivals.
There has not.
I'm not playing Marvel
Marvel
Rivals.
Rivals is
Nowhere
not
near.
even on that.
I did jump
spectrum.
on Black Ops 6 for a little bit, but it's just not as good. It's okay, but it's not as good.
Speaking of Battlefield 6, did anyone see the new trailer they released about it?
Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
that was funny.
That was us.
See, that's what I mean. They're doing things that were just it's funny and
The
that's
dig
cool.
at Call of Duty. That was hilarious.
So to kind of give some background, so in case anybody hasn't seen the Battlefield 6 trailer,
First of all, go look it up.
yeah, go look it up. But if not, it opens up with 4 people.
You got
walking out
Zac
to
Efron,
Zac
Efron,
Morgan
Patty
Wallen,
Pimblett,
Jimmy
Patty.
Butler.
Morgan Wallen, and
Jimmy Butler.
Jimmy Butler,
yeah.
and then they
immediately get blown up, and it's like just random
They-
guys walk
yeah,
up.
they walk
Doesn't
in.
matter who they are.
they go. I think a guy goes, "Who was that?" I don't know.
Don't
And
matter.
then you just
Doesn't
have regular
matter.
soldiers going.
Yeah,
So
that's something that I am worried about, and I know a lot of people have talked like with the beta, and everybody's getting that feeling like with the default skins, it feels more like I don't know, it's realistic,
Gritty.
and gritty. Yeah, it's like these are you're part of an army, and everybody on your side is wearing the same uniform. Everybody on the other side is wearing a certain uniform, and that's kind of how everybody kind of wants it to be. But they have said that when they release it, they are going to have some skins that they're going to release.
So you're saying you don't want a Zac Efron skin?
No.
well, the
Why not?
skins.
I want a Nicki Minaj skin.
The skin-
I want a Beavis and Butthead skin, please.
Let's say the skins that they showed
Go to
off
Call of
in
Duty.
in the beta were basically just like ghillie suits and stuff like that. Like
Different.
But
colors.
also, it was just a
Yeah.
beta. They're not going to include.
But they were skins for the game. Like you did challenges to get them in the game. That's what I'm saying. Is like it showed off like a ghillie suit and stuff like that. So
Have either of you
if I had
guys
to take a guess, the skins they're going to come out with are going to be more focused on that and not like the Call of Duty Beavis and Butt.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, that's also how Call of Duty started out.
and some of them were pretty good.
Yeah, they were
Then they
pretty
got
realistic. They even got actual like real life military personnel to come in and like do get their skins in the game.
Tim the Tap Man does not count.
No.
I think Rambo was pretty like on brand.
that was
Yeah,
whenever
with-
Cold
yeah,
War was
Cold War,
happening.
Rambo, and
John McClane.
John McClane.
Have you
Those are
guys
good.
jumped into 2042 to get those skins? Because there's some in there as well. You can.
That requires me installing 2042, which
That requires
that's a
me to buy it.
desecration of my computer.
You couldn't pay me to play Battlefield 2042.
I just remember a lot of people. I never really played 2042 because that one was one that I was like, I'm gonna wait and see what happens. And as soon as it released, it was bad.
So did you install it to get the skins?
No, I've actually never played that game. I might, but I've just never had the.
You've had your
want.
chance.
You want
Yeah.
on the topic of old games? It's a little bit off topic.
Is 2042 an old game?
No, but
All right, Tim, back in your
Back
day.
in my day when I did not play 2042.
But like on
Remember,
the
you used to play
topic of
sticks
like
and
the whole
stones.
trilogy of older games, I don't know how devs do it, but like they'll go back into like their super old games. Like if you go play the first Battlefield, and they'll still be like, Battlefield 6 is coming out on the first Battlefield. Because I remember I was going to play Borderlands with Jacob.
Borderlands
we
2.
were playing Borderlands 2, and they're still plugging Borderlands 4 is coming out. I'm like, they really came into Borderlands 2 and really coded that in just to tell people to play Borderlands 4.
Yeah.
That is pretty funny.
Well, I remember I jumped on Halo 5, like, and this is just kind of counter that. Like, I jumped on Halo 5 a few months ago, and I think when I jumped, like, I got in, the message of the day was like, pre-order Halo Infinite. Still, like, they hadn't touched the game. It was
Yeah.
still, I was like, that game's been out for like 3 years now. I don't know. It was funny.
Yeah.
Well, on the topic of games releasing, Josh, you're kind of on your way to becoming a zombie right now. One game that is regarding zombies, Dying Light: The Beast, is coming really soon. Is it going to? Is it going to be released by the time this episode
It's
airs?
already out.
Or it's out right now?
It's been out for like 2 weeks now.
I guess to put some perspective is Ghost of Yote is going to be coming out in a couple of days. So
Yeah,
okay, so
Dying
that
Light the
one-
Beast has been out for about a week and a half to 2 weeks, and I heard that game is pretty good.
I think it's on par with probably like the first one. I played a lot of the first game back when it came out, and like we talked about before, it wasn't anything special. It was kind of a cool parkour game, and then the zombies were pretty much run-of-the-mill zombies. They had a couple of interesting variants, and the combat was very similar to that of like the Dead Island series.
no,
I
correct
guess it's
correct me if I'm wrong,
technically
but
series,
this game is going back to the main protagonist of the first game, correct?
Yeah, because if you look, I watched the whole video on like the whole timeline, so it was like the first game came out, but then there was the DLC the following, and that
In which
took
he
place over.
turned.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the main character is infected and then presumed dead.
He escapes, but he
He
escapes the city And at the very end credit, you see him turn as he exits the city, which explains why in the second game.
Yeah, actually,
disease
no.
is
I don't, did you watch? Because in the second game, it turns out that they had contained the Haram virus, but there was I can't remember. It was like they had taken it and in studying it, they had somehow released it into the world, and then like 10 years later, that's when you get Dying Light 2. I'd have to look back at it, but
And is Dying Like the Beast after this game?
after it's So they're going
I've
back
never
to
played a
Battlefield.
single Dying Light in my
You
life.
Neither have
should
I.
go back and play the first one. It's actually like, especially now, because back then I remember everybody saying it was like, oh, it's kind of it's a meh game. If it came out now, I feel like it would almost be like it's at like a 7 with the new one. It's like ranked at a 7 out of 10 on most publishers. I'm like, yeah, it's a little bit above average zombie game. It's not the best one's ever come out, but it's a fun one, and especially it's multiplayer.
Is it a cozy game?
So, no.
Yeah.
Honestly,
then
it
it's on
has
Jacob's
some of the
radar.
most stressful moments that I've had in a video game. I remember the first part of the mission or first part of the game, you have to do like a bunch of these quests, and as you do it, the sun goes down. And the whole point of the game is that like at night is when the scary zombies come out, the volatiles.
Isn't that
And-
Minecraft?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, sorry guys, we're talking about Minecraft.
But no, they were like literally like they leave you out there like you have to stay out here, and just as the sun goes down, then they throw you into a mission where you have to escape. I don't know, they call them volatiles, right?
I
Or
don't
the
remember, but they
virals,
glow and they can also do parkour and stuff like that.
Yeah, they'll chase you. They're fast too, and the game is pretty fast paced. So, like I said, I would recommend going back and playing the first one, and then if you want to try the second one, I haven't. I think I might, and then I might do the Beast. But it's like a kind of a commitment
The
because those
Beast.
games are pretty long, and they're multiplayer. So if you guys want to jump on, I think I have the first one still, and I would be willing to get the second one.
I don't know about
Leading
story games, but I just have a commitment issue. So if you guys want to jump on a game, I'm probably not going to be 100% there.
Yeah, me and George were gonna play Gotham Knights.
That's terrible.
We
I never
play-
had any type of commitment to that game.
To be fair, that game is pretty bad. I played Batman Arkham Knight because I was replaying that, and I was like, oh, Gotham Knight's on sale, so George me got it. Dude, that you could tell the quality drop from like Batman Arkham Knight and Gotham Knights. You would think the games were reverse release order. Like Batman came way after because of how detailed it is.
See, and I want to say like the original Dying Light came out around the time that the Arkham Knight game came out. So I mean, when you're comparing it to those types of games, it was like, yeah, it wasn't that great, or it was kind of meh in the middle. But like looking at some of the games that have come out now, I would take Dying Light, the original one, over a lot of them.
Now, I'm going to pivot the conversation a little bit just because I also wanted to bring something else up regarding gaming, and I hope you guys don't mind. Recently, NetEase just showed off some gameplay and a trailer for their new up-and-coming game called, now I could totally butcher the name. I believe it's Ananta is what it's called.
Yeah, I think it's Ananta.
Ananta. It's an anime
It's
game.
the game.
It's an anime game. You have to go check it out. But during the trailer, there was a lot of interesting things that it showed off. If I had to wrap it up, it's GTA, Watch Dogs, Spider-Man, Uncharted. What else am I missing?
Batman.
Yeah, some Batman in there. It's like all the
It's the
games
game.
came together, and like this dev was just like, I like that. Let's do that. It's-
Yeah.
Well, that's where I was sitting there thinking, like, at what they can't be sued for like a game function, like,
Well,
or,
technically,
No.
you can if
If it's patented.
if it is patent. Like Warner Brothers owns the Nemesis system.
And then on topic of that, Nintendo, they practically patented the Pokemon system of like battling.
with the idea, what is it that if
It's
you
like if-
release a creature,
No, if like a user 1 summons a creature and user 2 summons a creature and they battle, that's been patented now.
that's crazy to me.
Nintendo
Yeah.
can do that.
Because I'm
Only
looking at, I
Nintendo.
mean, is web slinging, is that going to be owned
Well,
by Sony because of Spider-Man? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, it is
Like, I
coming to
can't-
PlayStation. So
I can't make a game where like you're using a grappling hook to swing around the
because that's
city.
Batman.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Or but if
but
you do it in
I
the
get
style
that.
of Spider-Man, it's like, is that owned by
But people are just
Sony,
saying this is the game.
Because
Does GTA as Rockstar own
it's-
anytime you get into a vehicle in a game?
But I mean,
you know?
it's like it's open world. You can go do anything. There's Watch Dogs. Like there's a character that can like hack things, and in the trailer they showed
And
him
you
like,
can do like police simulator as well.
oh yeah, there's a character that's like it is a game that has just copied a ton of other games, but it's anime. So that was something I did want to
But
mention.
it's made by NetEase, who
By
made
NetEase,
Marvel
who-
Rivals.
which George has a love-hate relationship with. Another thing that, well, and recently, just the reason I mentioned is because I believe they had their Tokyo Game Fest just recently. Something else that was a quick little trailer, something I wanted to bring up. Kojima has been working on another game with
Kojima.
we're getting canceled, guys. But Kojima's been working on another game with
Kojima's
Jordan
cool.
Peele. Yeah, Jordan Peele, and it's called OD with Sophia. What's her name? The girl from the D&D movie, the one that was the yeah.
You're playing D&D. I'm playing D&D.
I don't get your references, old man.
Big Bang Theory? Come on.
I'm sorry, Tim. I'm sorry.
Oh, I remember what.
What's
I know
her,
what you're talking about.
Sophia Lilith, I think is her name. I could totally be butchering, but she's gonna be like the main protagonist. It was a short little trailer. Looks like it's gonna be a spooky type of game.
Spooky.
But
On the topic of spooky, Silent Hill F came out.
so that's George's dream to play as a Japanese schoolgirl and get chased around.
Exactly. I know a bit of clips have been going around on Instagram and TikTok about that doll. That's the only reason why I want to play it.
No, he wants to play it because he wants to be a Japanese schoolgirl. It's his dream. He's always wanted to be.
We need a
Tim's just-
camera on Tim right now. This is
Yeah,
the greatest
his
thing
face right now is just hiding his laughter as much
Tim
as he
is
can.
so red on the face right now after hearing that.
I'm surprised you didn't know that about George. All right.
George has always wanted to do that.
No, that's what he said after.
Oh. I didn't. I don't know what he said. I'm about to go
What
back
did I
and
say
listen to
after?
it.
Okay, so that's
There's a lot happening in gaming today.
Yeah, there's a lot happening. A lot of trailers that just dropped. Ghost of Yote is about to come out. I think by the time this podcast episode will be out, Yote will have already come out. Which George actually wanted to make some comments because there's already been some reviews coming out about it. And George says IGN posted a review that was kind of confusing. George.
Yeah, so I saw a clip, and even the guy called out the guy that works at IGN and does all the rating.
The guy called out the guy.
The guy, I don't
Who's
know their
the main
names.
guy?
So the interviewer called out the guy that was working at IGN and asking what the rating system was going on here. So IGN has come out and said that Ghost of Yote is substantially better than Ghost of Tsushima. But on that time, they came out with that statement and said that it's better, but then proceed to rate it lower than Ghost of Tsushima. But
So what was Ghost of Yote's final review?
So Ghost of Tsushima, their final review was at a 9 out of 10, and they rated Ghost of Yote an 8 out of 10, even though they came out and said that the game is better than Ghost of Tsushima.
So I'm gonna read the verdict this is from IGN. It's a predictable but well-executed story, takes you through Ghost of Yote's gorgeous landscapes and satisfying fluid action combat, with new protagonist in Atsu as a vigilante who does not care about honor in her quest for vengeance, or for revenge. You get a stronger lead character and an expanded weapon set that I'm struggling. George Josh.
Pass it on to the guy who can't speak that well.
I'm struggling.
I'm okay. Where were you?
Elevates. I got it. All right. I had to think for a second.
Okay.
This is all recorded, Jacob. Good
I
job.
know. Elevates the gameplay principles set by Tsushima. Although the novelty has lost a bit of its sheen, the Kurosawa influence is still strong and used to great effect. So while it may not be transforming open world games, Ghost of Yote is a great refinement of the samurai power fantasy. And they give it an 8, which stands for great in IGN's reviewing system.
Which I've already expressed my dislike for IGN's rating system, but
Also, IGN just rates. It just kind of seems like they pick a number and they draw a number, and that's what the game is.
no, it's that they they have a number, but they actually go off of like what the word is associated to that number. Does that make sense?
No.
It doesn't. But
So they put 8, so they have an anagram of EIGHT in the
no. So okay. So it's the amazing, great, good masterpiece. Like that's what they rate it as, and then that just gets associated with the number. So they think that Ghost of Yote is great, and that number is 8. They thought Ghost of Tsushima was amazing, so they gave it a 9. You know what I mean?
That doesn't really make sense.
It doesn't,
for, like,
but that's how they do it at IGN. I've watched the interviews, and they're like, "Well, I can't give this game. I think it's good, so I can't give it a 5 or a good is a 7 or I don't remember what."
That's
the actual-
weird to say. This game is great, so I have to give it a lower score, even though supposedly it's better.
Well, it wasn't
than the
amazing.
counterpart.
It was great. It wasn't amazing.
But it was better than
So
the
what-
amazing game.
Yeah, if it's better than the amazing game where they just like,
A masterpiece.
yeah,
That doesn't make sense.
it
if
wouldn't
you're
have been
gonna-
a masterpiece. Maybe they just rated it too high for Tsushima.
that, or they actually fixed their scale system
Well,
to match what. No, I feel like a 7 is like. I feel like they have a messed up scale system.
Well,
in
that's
my
why
opinion.
most of their games get 7s, because I think a 7. I don't know what they have a word that's associated to 7, but I want to say it's good or
I feel like 1 through 10 is way too broad.
So number 10 is considered a masterpiece. Number 9 is amazing. Number 8 is great. 7 is good. 6 is okay. 5 is mediocre.
see, and that's a problem. 5 needs to be okay.
See, but then you have
5 is mid though.
4
Right,
being bad, 3 awful, 2 painful, 1 unbearable. I feel like you have so many lists of
Those
bad.
last 3 were kind of just the same thing.
Like you could say 3, 2, and 1 are the same. Awful, unbearable, and painful. Just slap them under 1 and 2. You don't need. But then you go 4's bad, 3's awful, like, and then 5 being like I don't know okay, 5 being mediocre. I feel like fits, but the 4 underneath it, I feel like is just way too much.
And that's the problem. Most games that come out are going to be, I mean, if they get popular, they're more than likely good. Like
What if
they're-
they just go to
in
the-
some
okay,
way or another,
But
they're good.
How is
or better.
mediocre and okay different? Like if somebody was to give me a game and they're like, "Oh, it's okay," like to me, that tells me
That's a mediocre.
that's a
game.
mediocre game. Which 5 and 6 for like they could just both be 5. 6, yeah, it could be like it's above. It's like it's a good game.
You're trying.
7 going into like okay, this is great. This is good. Like this is going to be on the better side. 8 being like okay, like we're getting up there. 9 being almost perfect. 10 being perfect.
So
Which I feel like most games can't really get 10.
would you prefer the grading system be changed to something like a letter grade that we're kind of more used to in like school systems and like stuff like that?
Well, and the reason for that would be
Well,
a
then
C is usually like a 7.
I kind of like
Or like-
how Rotten Tomatoes does it, where it's like a percentage.
Rotten Tomatoes is a whole different thing because
But
Rotten
like,
Tomatoes,
it would make
that
sense
tomato
also
score-
with the percentage.
the tomato score though is not like that percentage is not reflective of the quality of the movie. Basically, the percentage is they go to these critics and they give them like out of 4, 5 stars. I can't remember what it is. It's something like that. And if it's like a 3 or above, that's basically a fresh score. And so that percentage is the number of people that gave fresh scores compared to rotten scores. So if you have 10 critics that gave you a review, 7 of them are fresh, 3 of them are rotten, that's 70%. But they could have thought that movie was like a 5 out of 10 or 6 out of 10. But because it was just good enough to be fresh, you're seeing it as a 70% instead of like a 5. Or they could have thought it was a 10, but 7 people thought it was a 10 out of.
Well, I was
you
just
know what
saying I
mean?
like the grading. It doesn't have to be exactly to the T. That
Well, that's where
Rotten
you get
Tomatoes
like
does it.
Metascore. I think that's a better way to look at it. Honestly, this is something that I look at all the time. I can talk about this for hours. So, what is
He's
so
very
funny?
well versed in grading systems.
I was gonna say, I mean,
I am impressed.
George just goes like, "Okay, bro." Like,
I don't like the way Rotten Tomatoes is
make
a
you mad or
bad
anything.
reference. Okay, you can't look at the tomato score. I mean, you can, but it's not like, oh, this is like a 7 out of 10 because it got 70%. No, that's not what that means at all.
Josh
just
is
like-
definitely certified fresh on his skills on grading systems.
George is over here like, Dude, I just gave a recommendation. I didn't need to go into the history of this.
Tell me your thoughts, and I'll show you why you're wrong.
I think Josh's cough medicine kicked in. He's all lively now.
I'm okay.
So yeah, IGN.
Saw stars there for a second, but I'm okay.
Ghost of Yote. We'll definitely have to talk about that when it actually comes out in the next podcast. Anyone plan on buying it?
I would like to.
I'm probably going to wait for it to come on PC.
Yeah.
I don't pre-order games, but if a game comes out and it's good, I'll buy it.
It's because it's like, when I go play games on my PS5, it's like noticeably bad.
I don't know.
Compared to
Still
my
have a PS5.
Well, let's all put it to
You
the
know,
I bought a PlayStation before they started putting stuff on PC.
I've actually been
That's why I
playing
bought it.
PlayStation 5 because they didn't bring the college football game over to PC. They left it on console, so I've been playing college
Jacob
football.
was all about Spider-Man.
I did.
Dude, if you'd have waited
Spider-Man?
like a year, it came to PC.
Nah, I could not wait on that one. I had to play that day one.
And like completely 100% it.
He had to go
Like
sling webs.
twice.
No, you 100%ed the original Spider-Man plus the DLCs. Then you 100%ed Miles Morales, didn't you?
I did Spider-Man 1, I 100% of the main game twice. Did all the DLC 100% once. The second Miles Morales, I 100% like 3 times now at this point. But that one's not that hard to do. And then Spider-Man 2, I've 100% 2 times.
But
And yeah.
by 100%, did you get all the achievements?
Yes.
No, he
They're-
did literally.
They're
100%.
not.
It's
They weren't that
insane.
hard on Spider-Man. They weren't like Batman Arkham Knight, where some of them are so painful that you just want to like.
I don't know why.
Everything.
Like honestly, in that aspect, I kind of was like, I don't know why you'd want 100% this game. It's the same thing over and over. It's a fun gameplay loop, but it's basically you fighting.
But then you get
4 or
all your
5
money's
people.
worth out of the game.
Yeah, I was getting my
Yeah.
money's worth.
You get all
I feel
your
like you got your money's worth with the story alone.
He
I
was
mean,
down
it was
to
a good
pennies
game.
on that money's worth.
Dude, they gave me extra content, so I did the extra.
Yeah,
content.
if I'm gonna buy a game, I'm gonna play every single piece of content.
Okay, but like it's also Spider-Man. Like
Didn't you just buy Gotham Knight and then didn't play the game?
Yeah, but also I paid cents on the dollar for that game, so I didn't really care that much. If I'm gonna pay like $30, $60 for a game, then
That's the only way I might. Well, I guess I could play Battlefield through the EA Play because I have it technically, but nah, never mind. I was gonna say I might play it if it's like $4 on Steam, which it sometimes goes on sale for.
talk
But
about 2042.
yeah, what
It's
did I
on
say?
Game Pass.
You just said Battlefield. I didn't.
Battlefield
talk about 6 or
2042.
something.
Yeah,
It's
well,
on
it's
Game
through
Pass.
EA Play, which Game Pass you get like the basic version of EA Play.
Yeah.
So
I don't think that'd give you anything worth your monies on that.
I could technically download it, but I'm
Skins
still
for
not going to.
Battlefield 6.
It's too much effort. I'll just play the game when it comes. I'm honestly not even gonna probably wear skins in Battlefield 6. I might try to start a
Gonna
movement.
run around
here.
naked. All right.
That's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna start a movement. Okay, anybody who listens to this, when we play Battlefield 6, default skins for the rest of the game.
I thought that was going somewhere else. Anyone who listens to this, be naked, run out in the streets
That's what I was
naked.
thinking too.
You guys
This is
can
about to get really interesting.
watch my Twitch.
Start
All right.
a new movement.
PSA announcement: we do not condone you running out in the streets naked. Please do not do that, unless you are Josh.
Or Tim, who likes to run his phone naked all the time.
My phone does run naked.
Still
Yeah.
don't know how you do that. That's gross. I want you to know that you're gross.
So speaking of phones, so we had previously talked about the new iPhone release. This will segue into our technology segment.
Close that mouth.
I turn my head.
Jacob had some opinions earlier today during work about the iPhone Air. And it seems like some people are getting their hands on, with the new iPhones. I haven't been caring enough to follow it because I'm not an iPhone person. So what have you guys seen regarding the new iPhone stuff?
So
I think the Air is ridiculous.
regarding I don't know, my YouTube feed is just full of this new iPhone stuff. So I'm just watching videos after videos. I watch Marcus Brown, Mr. Who's the Boss, a couple of smaller channels, and Jerry Riggs everything. So I guess I'll start off with some great stuff. The iPhone Air, even though being the thinnest phone, did withstand Jerry Riggs everything's bend test. So we're not going to have another iPhone 6 bend gate. But there is going to be an issue with the base iPhone 17 and the iPhone 17 Pro that sounds like scratch gate. Sounds like because they switched back to the aluminum and all this, and now you have a bigger aluminum body. The glass scratch. So basically, I just heard it's very, very scratchable.
That's innovation, though. You get to like decorate your phone the way you want with scratches.
You get
Innovation.
to, get to pet it.
Honestly,
Like
my
scratches.
opinion with the Air, it does not seem like a viable option right now. You're paying more for less features when you could just get the normal base model, which
Well-
they are going towards where they're improving the base model.
Well, and that's the thing I was talking about earlier today at work. I don't see any reason as to why anybody would get the Air. Like when I'm watching all these videos and everybody talking about all the phones, basically what it comes down to is most people say, "Oh well, I'm just gonna get the iPhone 17 since it basically comes with all the Pro features, cheaper price point, and I don't need the new chip or the better ultra wide or not the ultra wide, but the zoom camera. Like I don't care about that." Or you get people on the other side that go, "Oh well, I do want the better camera and I want the better storage and all this and the better chip, so I'm gonna get the Pro Max." I don't really see anybody going
I need
the iPhone Air.
That's what I need.
Just because
I
you
want a
lose
smaller phone.
you
Yeah, but
lose
the
out.
Phone, the bezel on that thing is almost as big as the regular iPhone.
But the biggest complaint I've heard about the base iPhone Air is you're losing out on a camera. You're paying a higher price point. You're not getting a bottom facing speaker. Basically there's a lot of cuts. You get a smaller battery. The performance is good. I mean, it's to be expected from Apple, but it's for the price. You could just go up to the Pro and get a better.
Also, I
phone.
heard that the chip that they were using for the phone, the one that everybody was talking about, was the
A19, I think is what they're at now. Yeah.
Apparently, it's like super under voltage.
Yeah.
it's
Well, it needed to be like downclocked and like slightly downgraded from the Pro version.
Just because there's nothing cooling it.
Yeah,
but
there's
it's
like
to the
not
point
much
that
to
it's
be able to cool
not,
it.
It's not a significant upgrade at all.
Well, and I saw somebody else was talking. I can't remember who it was, but they're basically saying if you're a Pro Max or Pro user, that getting the Air makes 0 sense for you. Like you're going to notice.
Well,
The-
and from
the
a design
weaker battery-
standpoint, they should have went with the iPhone 6 look or the iPhone.
and if you're not gonna get the Pro, you're probably gonna get the base model.
Well, and then that was the other thing is the base model is really stacked this year. Like you're getting pretty much the same cameras on the back, like as the Pro phones, just minus the ultra telephoto. The front facing camera is the 18 megapixel. That's on all the phones, so it's not like anything's different. Like the big thing with the Air is you're losing out on a camera, you're losing out on battery, you're losing out on a speaker. And then if you really want to make the argument, the phone's only as thin as its thickest part, which still makes it pretty thick.
The bump.
yeah.
If that's
Well,
how you want to look at it.
And the way I'm thinking about it is, I mean, like from a price point, most of the time when you go,
It's $1,000.
yeah, I mean, when you go to buy a new phone, you're gonna like the deals that they provide usually through the carriers. I mean, unless you're going to buy it outright. I mean, in that scenario, I mean, either way, it's expensive across the board. But if you're going to go ahead and finance your new phone, you're talking about like a few dollars difference per month. Go with the bigger,
Yeah, it makes no sense if you're gonna finance your phone.
get the
Like-
biggest, most powerful.
Like if you
one.
want to get the Air, or if you're like thinking about the Air, if you spend $100 more, you're getting the Pro.
But yeah, I mean, pretty much that's what I've been seeing is it's like, if you want like the iPhone 17 is great for its price. I think it's $800, $799. You get the two 48 megapixel cameras, the ultra wide and the base camera. You're getting the new A19 chip. You're getting the side button. You're pretty much getting everything the same as the Pro, just minus the bigger battery because obviously size and storage. You can't get the 2 terabytes. Like, and I guess the Pro does have the Pro chip in it, but
And
honestly,
the
for
vapor
most
chamber.
most users,
You don't
the
get
base phone
flexing
is fine.
rights.
Yeah.
But then, yeah, it's the point of, well, if I'm going to go to the Air, I'm going to lose out on this ton of features. I can spend $100 more and just get the
Or
base Pro.
Spend $200 less and still get
still
more
get-
features.
Honestly, right?
Yeah, so that's-
I've had the 15 Pro Max for a couple of years now, and I would say the only downside to it is maybe sometimes the size. I might be happier with the standard Pro, but
Well,
I like the Pro Max.
and then the
Everything
other
about it is
thing
nice.
Does
is
size matter?
on the Air, they sell a
Says the guy with the foldable.
they sell a battery that you can MagSafe onto the back of your phone, and it's basically the other half of the battery that they ripped out. It's the exact same battery of the phone. It's just MagSafe to it. So I mean, and so I've heard the phones are great. I mean, you're getting iPhone, they're quality. Liquid glass. I was going to say gas, but liquid glass.
That's not a good thing if you have liquid gas. I will say that I've held out and I'm still on iOS 18. I haven't gone to 26.
So yeah,
I had liquid gas the other day.
iOS 26 is pretty controversial.
New shirt idea for Jacob.
Liquid gas.
iPhone liquid gas.
Would you guys run that shirt out?
No.
I have liquid gas.
That's like a complete. What's that?
Tim might put that on a mug. But yeah, so I've heard the phones are great. The biggest complaint though on like the actual 17 and 17 Pro Max is just the scratching because they did go back to the aluminum. And the other thing is it's heavier because they didn't go back to the titanium. So that was like one of the selling points that they did with the iPhone 15 and 16.
Counter argument to the whole scratching thing though is, I mean, iPhone is known for being one of the most like universally like produced phone. They all these accessories and everything, they have been like the first one out is the iPhone. They want to make screen protectors, cases, and everything for iPhones. Like their iPhone 17
yeah, but
cases
if you
are
look
available.
at the Pro Max, there's a giant cutout for the camera thing that still gets scratched.
Yeah, well, they make covers for those too.
I don't know
Not
what the
iPhone,
thought process
yeah.
was in that though. Like, why make the camera bump bigger?
Yeah.
Is it so it doesn't like flop around while you have
I'm
it?
assuming the vapor chamber. Well, and from what I've heard, from what people had on hands on, and I think Marcus Brown said, or I think it was Mr. the Boss, the iPhone Pro Max is really targeting the pro users. They kind of stopped caring about form factor, and I think he said you could tell a lot of the Pro Max's performance. Like
The cameras
we
are
don't
like
care on
insanely
how
good.
it looks. But the camera's going to be really good. We're going to fit 2 terabytes of storage in here. We're going to give you the Pro chip,
The
with
battery's
vapor
better.
chamber. We're going to give you a bigger battery. The phone's bigger than before. Like, it's heavier. Like, the way he made it was like the Pro phone is for pro users, and the iPhone 17 is for a majority of people. The Air, though, is just there.
Yeah,
it's just
I
It's
still-
there. It's just there.
It's just
So,
there.
so
It's a gimmick.
As for you, Josh and Tim, you guys both have pro phones, and Jacob. All right, do you guys consider yourselves pro users?
I think back in the day, the only reason I considered getting the Pro phone is because the way iPhone would do it is if you wanted any of the new features coming out that year, you had to get the Pro phone.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
then
yeah,
you normally
yeah.
the base model would get the features of last year's pro phone.
Yeah, like
Yes.
like I wanted the action button, and all that good stuff, and to get that ahead.
That's pretty much.
Yeah, but
Well, and again,
the
like I
bigger
said,
screen.
when the time came for me to get a new phone, I went to the store and was like, I want to get a new phone. What are your guys' deals? Like, what's going on? And they're like, oh, well, you have an iPhone 11. If you trade it in, you'll get this much off, and then you can finance this phone and it would be this. It's like $20-something or whatever a month, and for this many, I'm like, let me get the biggest one. It's I that's what I did, and I was like, I want the iPhone Pro Max.
which I am glad Apple did this because I'm glad that they're making it cheaper for entry phones because I don't think most people need the Pro Max. You know, most people just
I don't think
want-
most people need 2 terabytes of storage on their phone.
There are
okay.
I'm
Photographers,
videographers.
I
people that
consider
use it.
myself an amateur photographer or videographer. I do take a
What
lot of
was
pictures.
that?
George thought that was really
You just
funny.
scoffed at him,
I
like,
filmed
audibly.
all of your guys' movies. I don't know what you guys are.
Correction, we made student films, not any other special type of movies. Just
Yeah.
wanna put that out
Any
there.
actual production films?
No, but I'm the one who's holding the camera on both of them, or
But-
all 3 of them, or I don't remember.
There's a couple, but yeah,
We're in media. This is what we do.
yeah. Like
But
I
that
said,
was with an actual camera, not a phone.
the Pro
Yeah,
phone
but-
is targeted for pro users, so people who do use the camera on the phones, do want it recorded in RAW, and now they have log footage that you can record on the Pro phones. So it's for those users, is what it's.
But
Also,
is
I'm
it
not going to
actual
carry my
raw?
camera everywhere I go, but I do have
Yes.
my phone.
Is it raw? No.
Bro, I'm not answering that question.
What? That's a genuine question. Are they actually doing raw photos now?
Yes, they've always done.
They've
that.
never done raw photos.
I can show you.
It's always been super over processed, oversaturated.
I can show you
Overcolor
on my
process.
phone right now.
There are raw.
Look,
they're
top corner,
giving it to us raw now.
top corner. I can put it in HEIC or I can put it in RAW. All right, so don't
You can put it in raw.
bro. This is this is a friendly, family friendly show.
I'm just asking if that. I'm just confirming if that's what you said.
Yes,
You can put it in raw. Okay.
Isaac, take control of your audience.
I have no control over y'all.
This was George's last episode, guys.
For those who don't understand,
No.
no, like legit. For those who don't understand,
I thought Isaac was about to give a lesson.
RAW means that the photo is like the pure signal that comes into your sensor. No processing, no compression. And the reason why that matters in terms of storage space is because those files are like
Significantly larger.
very, very
Yes.
big
And that's where you need your 2 terabytes of storage
for those pro users.
For them raw photos.
Tim is dying. in the
Tim has
done.
clocked out. His headphones are off.
I think, does it also record in 100 or no, what's the slow-mo? It's like 240 frames, right?
Yeah, I think that's what they do.
At what resolution though?
1080.
Oh, okay.
They don't do 4K.
I think you can do 4K, but I think it limits to 120.
Okay. That makes sense.
So we are just for man, we need to get camera set up for this. This is beautiful.
Well, eventually.
We're working on figuring out some camera setup so you guys can see our beautiful faces. Because Tim was dying right now. For any listeners, he was struggling to exist.
You'll finally see goofy looking Jacob here, as has been told in previous introductions.
Hey, what does your mom call me?
You're the handsome one.
Yeah, I'm the handsome one.
Next topic. Okay.
So moving on to another interesting bit of technology that has recently been released, which is interesting to me because I'm a nerd who likes niche products, as some people may know. The Raspberry Pi 500 Plus. So the Raspberry Pi in general is one of those like credit card sized single board computers. Uses an ARM chip, and it has like a bunch of pins on it, so you can branch it off and have it program like robotics and others like neat projects like that, like STEM projects. The Raspberry Pi 5 came out, so I think it's been out for maybe like a year, and it is like their latest iteration. The Pi 500 original model is basically taking that computer and shoving it into the form factor of a keyboard. So you have a full computer or full ARM computer running in a keyboard form factor. You can plug that into a screen and you basically have a type of all-in-one computer. The Pi 500 Plus is an iteration on that where the keyboard is now RGB, fully mechanical, and it also has like better cooling for the CPU in the Raspberry Pi. A few little other details, but the main thing is definitely the type of keyboard that you use. I personally was interested in it until I figured out that the types of switches that it's using, which are not replaceable, is clicky Gateron blues, and I absolutely hate clicky keyboard switches. I like
love
silence. I like tactile, and I like linear quiet. I hate clicky. What's your guys' opinion on this unique little
I feel
product?
like
I love how
someone's gonna
that's
come out
your-
with like some type of third party switch here to keep those quiet, unless they're
The switches can't be
membrane.
taken out.
No.
Are they?
I love how
breaking
that's
out?
your deal breaker, though. It's like, this is a really
Just lube
great,
them up.
innovative device. However, it has blue switches. So
Just
yucky.
lube those
I
switches
don't
up.
like the noise. I favor quiet in all of my machines, and having the literal like part of the machine be a clicky, clackety keyboard. No, I'm not getting it.
I think this type of technology is really cool. That now you don't even have to carry a laptop; it's just a keyboard.
Basically a keyboard, yeah.
And then I also saw that they added an Oculink, which then if you wanted to connect a GPU to it so you could play games.
Was it Oculink? No, it wasn't Oculink. It was... They have M.2.
No, I thought it
They
was...
added
No,
Oculink.
it's Oculink.
Did they?
Yeah,
There's
they
an
added Oculink.
in the back.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay, so Oculink is basically like PCI Express, which is what you would use to plug in like a graphics card, PCIe storage, Wi-Fi chips, anything that uses the PCIe interface that can branch off into an external like board or dock to be able to plug that into, so that you don't need to have it inside the machine. So that's pretty cool.
Now your GPU is going to need power from somewhere else.
Yeah. So I in my current system, I used to have an external GPU that plugged in via Oculink, and I did have to attach it to a separate power supply. And it did function though. Like it functioned as if it was plugged directly into it on the inside, just externally, and it had no noticeable difference in performance besides the fact that it was limited to 4x4 speeds rather than the usual 16 size.
So another thing I just wanted to talk about a little bit regarding the specs. The Raspberry Pi 500 Plus does come with 16 gigabytes of RAM, which I don't believe is swappable. It does, so 16 gigabytes of RAM. So you're pretty good on that. You don't have to worry about that. And then 256 gigabyte NVMe, which is pre-installed for the OS, but that is replaceable.
Yes, it is.
So you can upgrade your storage on this thing if you need to.
The regular 500 model did not have the M.2 natively. You could add it later, but it wasn't like just built in. And the memory capacity was limited to 8.
That's great. Yeah.
And also, I feel like for this, it comes at a super affordable price as well. Starting at $200.
No. Starting that's the plus. What's the 500? Just the base one.
I think it was significantly
I
cheaper.
think
It's like $90.
Yeah.
For just the unit, if you want the desktop.
But you get a
it's
whole
like 100.
computer for $200.
or something.
Obviously, it's not going to be the best computer, but you have a computer.
Yeah,
and a
you're
keyboard.
not gonna be doing your video editing off of it, but
it can.
yeah,
Just really slowly.
really can.
It's basically, if I were going to compare it to a Windows-based computer or like a regular x86 computer, it would be closest to something like an Intel N100, which is like their low-end, only efficiency core, 4-core processor. That's basically what this would compete with in terms of like raw performance. But it's ARM, it's not using x86, so you're limited to the type of software that you can run on it without emulation. How many of you guys remember like the old school, Tim, back in your day, something like the Commodore or something like basically a computer that was a keyboard like this? Do you have any memories of that?
Not this small. But yeah, not even like a Commodore or something. I did play on a Commodore one time. Not that old. But
Well, you did play on a Commodore, so
What was your
I
first
did.
console, Tim?
my first console, the Atari 2600.
There you go. There's the age.
But that was my dad's. No, this like it was like those kids, those little mini computers as like a kid where you have like the single line entry that like trivia games and stuff like that. That's kind of what it reminds me of. That
Yeah.
form factor, but way smaller even than that.
I might still get it just to try it out and see how it would actually feel to use.
no, I do have a question, and maybe Isaac and Tim can
It
kind
says
of
a
elaborate.
keycap puller. Oh,
Thank you for interrupting me,
Sorry.
sir.
Yes, it comes with the key. You can replace the key caps, not the
can't
key
change the
switches.
That sucks.
Okay, I do have a question for Tim and Tim Isaac. What would be the actual use case? Like, obviously, this isn't being made for regular consumers. This is a more specific use.
It's still a Raspberry Pi. You can.
Whatever you
Well,
want.
yeah, but like, you know, if somebody's looking for this, I mean, and my argument is this isn't made for most people. Like, the hardware is not made for most people. Who is this marketed for, and then what does that look like? Like, why would somebody want to purchase this?
So the very top market, I would say, are people who already use Raspberry Pis for
Like
their
Michael Reeves.
their tinkering projects. This one particularly is meant to be used as a desktop. Like you're going to connect it to a monitor and then just have another mouse plugged into it, and you're good to go. You have a full computer, and then you just get to play around with it, use Linux, use whatever you want with it. The second market, I would say, is anyone who is needing like bulk, more focused on like the regular 500, not the 500 plus, because it's more niche in terms of like its price it's significantly higher price just for the mechanical keyboard. But I'm looking at like schools who have maybe not enough for like a regular computer lab, but they want something where the kids can learn programming with like Python on something that's like cheap but still able to be like tinkered with. So there's that side. It's a hobbyist machine basically. So yeah, not your average consumer. Although if you did want to kind of make the argument, anyone who has really basic computing needs for like web browsing can use this, and it will work, and it will do it just fine. So yeah,
and the cool thing is they can hook it up to a TV or whatever they have at home with an HDMI cable. They don't need like a fancy regular PC screen. So yeah, like home, just some basic home users. I would say they're just a small market, but I would agree on the your primary market is going to be those who've been using Raspberry Pis. There's a couple people I already can think of and be like, oh, they're probably already seen this. Maybe you already have one. That they love Raspberry Pi and the things they can do with them.
I've messed with a few Pis before, and I was going to get this until I figured out it had blue switches, so sorry.
Just lube them up.
It's not going to fix the clickety-clack. George is on fire today.
Honestly, I might get one of these, or just I was considering buying a Raspberry Pi to mess with them.
Yeah, I have myself. I haven't bought one yet. I've thought about it, buying one of the originals, but then I see this, I was like, huh, that's pretty neat. But like the original, like the Pi 5, those are pretty cool.
I just want to like get one and mess with it and see what you can do. Or
I like when it comes to the original Pi, I like the various cases that you can find or that you can like potentially 3D print. Because people get creative. They turn it into like miniature like desktop systems that kind of look like gamer computers and add tiny RGB fans. But yeah, it's a hobby machine, and a lot of people tend to use it for more like robotics or STEM projects, but you can use it for even just regular computing fine.
I think I've seen it used to recreate old arcade games.
Oh yeah,
like they've they use the Pi to be the CPU, and then someone will build a nice little old arcade looking setup, and then they use that Raspberry Pi. It's pretty cool.
It is. It does seem pretty cool.
I've seen some really interesting other form factors for computers. Like I was browsing eBay, and I saw like back whenever VR was like the big buzz product at the time, like now it's like AI, but back then VR was getting popular with the original Oculus and the original HTC Vive, and a few of the reputable OEMs like MSI, HP, and Zotac, they actually released backpack computers to where it's basically like a laptop, but you strap it to your back and then you attach the headset so that you're untethered from a machine, and therefore you don't have to worry about the cable and you're just walking around in open space. Didn't really kick off. They're selling like hotcakes on eBay for a reason. Now they're just like niche hobby computers.
I was gonna say I totally see why they did not kick off after looking at them.
It was an interesting concept. It just didn't stick.
Could you imagine strapping a bulky computer to your bag? Right, you got to have a battery backup on your back. What?
My computer you were making fun of on my back.
He's over here giving me sign language, and I'm like, dog, speak. You have a mic. I was like, am I on the wrong topic right now? Am I tripping? No.
You've been passed out the last 20 minutes. Where have you been?
I've been laughing about George's joke still.
He's laughing about the raw photo camera.
But like, I don't know. I would like, could you imagine you're wearing this heavy backpack with a battery, and then on top of that, you're going to put a heavy screen on your face. You're going to be sweaty. You're going to be it's not.
And then on top of that, playing a VR game.
Yeah. Like, have you guys seen proximity chat and VR chat? Like, I do not want to be there. Have you guys seen those on like Instagram and TikTok?
I was thinking of like, I don't know, the Darth Vader game that we play, or what was the one we played with the
Bro, don't touch me at Phantom Pain.
Oh, the
person
the Lenovo
Think about
Darth
Phantom Pain.
I have Phantom
Vader
Pain, guys.
lightsaber game.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool.
Which one was it?
What?
The first person shooter game in VR that we played.
There's like
There's
30.
Onward?
There's that one.
I think it was Onward.
There's Pavlov, there's
Pavlov.
Contractors.
Yeah, there's a few of them. But yeah, try to play one of those while,
Yeah,
full
playing
on
Onward sucks when you have phantom pain, guys.
Feels like you're taking a bus.
Sounds like I'm not gonna say it. Well, anyways, I could totally see why the backpack computers did not take off.
There's
We'll go back to
another
there.
another similar one that I saw that was actually recent, kind of going along the lines of handhelds like the Steam Deck. There was a computer that had a full AMD laptop, but it was in the form factor of just a game controller. And they also paired it with a pair of glasses, like display glasses. So you just plug that in and then hold the controller. That is the computer in your hand. And you're basically just like having your own personal theater experience, looking like a goofball. But that one seems to have been a little bit more popular, and people have been finding interesting ways to use that.
How
Like,
big was the controller for that? I mean, I'm
It
imagining
was-
like Xbox One, the Duke.
not quite as big as that, but it was quite chunky, and you have the entire weight of this like beefy device in your hand, so it does weigh down after a while. It kind of reminded me, like just looking at it, of, you remember the old displays in Walmart or other retailers where they have like the demo games where like in the middle, like in between, where all of the display things for all your, I can't even speak right now.
See, I'm spreading my
and
curse.
they have like the TV at the very top shelf.
Yeah.
So you're, like,
Yeah.
you're breaking.
So
your
it
neck
kind
to
of
play the
reminded
game.
me of that, but the
memories.
TV's on your face.
I remember playing Halo Wars like that at a Walmart.
Why'd they stop doing that?
COVID.
When was the last time you went into a store to buy a game?
I like to go in the aisles and just look at what they have.
Yeah,
But
but
when
did
was
you
the last
buy
time
from
you-
it?
Like when,
Bought.
like once you like you just go to the grocery store, and then while your girlfriend, your wife is just grocery shopping, you're just there
I don't
chilling, playing
remember
games.
doing that when I was 5. What are you talking about?
I think clothing stores need to introduce a husband/boyfriend section, and they just have that.
Yeah, just video games.
That would be awesome.
and then the TVs are still gonna be up there, so you still gotta break your neck.
And then they'll still find you. They'll know. All right, I'll leave you right here. I'm gonna go. 4 hours later, you're still there.
Yep.
I could see that legitimately like boosting their like the store's foot traffic. Like
Yeah, 'cause-
people would actually show up and stay there.
Oh yeah,
Little games.
husbands be like, hey, we got to go shopping.
Yeah.
They have this game. I got to go down there.
You go find whatever you want.
You go spend your money. $2,000 later.
They still have a guitar setup, the Guitar Hero setup over there.
That would
There's-
be
oh
awesome.
yes, the guys get together to do a band.
It's like a daycare
Rock
for
band.
boyfriends, is what it sounded
I
like.
think we have a new business
Hey, we
idea.
have an idea.
We're not going to podcast anymore.
We need to float this to like some chains.
guys, just invent boyfriend daycares.
Pretty easy. I mean, it's you have a little pizza in the corner,
And they
you
can make
have
money off, like, here's some
Guitar
snacks.
Hero,
Yeah.
Rock Band. Yeah, I mean,
So someone down the line is gonna listen to this, actually take up that idea and like make money off of it.
Well,
Yeah,
if you do, just let us
just
in for free.
remember us and like
We
nah,
shouldn't
we're
be talk-
patenting that idea.
The boyfriend corner. Oh, that's beautiful.
boyfriend
man.
daycare.
Computers are weird. You could stick a computer in pretty much anything.
That's a weird
That
one.
was a nice transition.
That's a statement. That's
Computers,
Well, I had
computers
I had the,
are weird.
I had the memory of the freaking. Do you guys remember during work whenever I said, "Hey, look at this Amazon listing"? It was a Cybertruck, but it was a mini PC.
Oh yeah. Do you remember the spaceship mini
Yes.
PC? If you guys go on Amazon, just find the goofiest mini PCs of all time.
Do you guys
They're
not
great.
remember the Minions router?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Guys, they make a minion router.
And it's
There's
actually
two.
decent.
There's
specs.
two.
I was thinking about getting a router that has a webcam on it.
That's the stupidest.
Hold on, I gotta
Why?
join my Teams meeting from.
You have a direct connection to your
There actually was a minis forum computer where they attached a webcam like to the top of it. It kind of stood like a router would. It has the same shape, but the webcam was built into the desktop, not the monitor, the desktop, and you just sat it right there. It's kind of awkwardly placed.
So weird.
So you're saying is you wouldn't want the webcam router?
No, actually, I would not want the webcam.
Yeah,
router. I'd rather have Bob the Minion router.
The Minion router.
Apparently, the reviews on that were amazing. though.
Also, I just want to say the WAN port goes exactly where you think it does. Go look it up. It goes exactly where you think it does.
Imagine troubleshooting that. trying
I'm gonna
to give
need
it,
you to.
Pull the wind. Pull the
It's
cable
stuck.
out.
It's stuck.
Wait, where? Can you tell me where the cable is plugged into right now? Well, it's in Bob's.
And it's not coming out.
He's a little stoved up.
I'm just imagining that thing getting like
So
a power
prunes are
surge
for-
through him,
Anyways,
and it's just like charred on the outside.
oh no!
Bro. Okay.
I'm pretty sure that was lightning. I hope.
We've seen. It's funny thing is we've seen that happen with some of our like the routers, the modems. Like they're actually charred on the ends of the cable and
Yeah.
on the ports. So just that image.
Like that could happen.
Bob router.
I feel like in routers, I
Shooting
feel like if
lightning
that
out.
happens, they should add like a self-destruct feature.
explodes.
So once that happens, just boom, blows up so they know that it's done for.
They- They should partner with Samsung for that. I think that they're experts in this field.
They're the experts in explosions. Oh, that's funny. The Minion router.
Which comes in Bob and Kevin.
Kevin is
I
the
think-
extender.
If anyone's in
Oh.
the IT field that listens to this, I think you should purchase one on hand and you give that router to the bad people as a punishment. they're giving you stupid problems. That's it. You get the Bob router. That's the router of shame.
They'll either love it or hate it, though. Minions are polarizing in their popularity.
Like, let's say you work for a business and they're just calling you about internet troubles that aren't troubles, like they're just user issues. You just punish them with the Bob router and you put it right where customers can see it.
I kind of want to buy a Bob router just to see.
Replace every access point with Bob.
No, Kevin's where it's at. Kevin apparently is really great with VR setups
Wasn't
and
it like
doing wireless.
Thank you, Josh, once again for cutting.
I was saying,
Let the poor man speak.
What are you saying, Josh?
wasn't it like Wi-Fi 7 or something?
Yeah.
Like, it was like way.
Kevin's Wi-Fi 7 capable, guys.
Bob's only 6E,
Yeah.
and he's only got one port on him.
I thought Bob was the extender though.
Yeah, I think in theory you're supposed to get Kevin as the main and Bob as the router.
But
they
Bob can run standalone.
Yeah, Bob can be a standalone.
It only has like the one functioning port where it goes.
Imagine like just tuning in like at this segment like right now, and all you hear is us talking about the Minions.
We're not live though. Who's gonna jump into whatever?
You never know. I like to skip around during my podcast.
Yeah, what if they didn't want to
Like
listen to the
you know when
gaming
you know
section?
like there's chapters that show up on like Spotify, and so what if they see Minions and they're like, hold up,
I gotta see what this is about.
So they skip ahead and
And
boom.
then they find out where the WAN port is.
No. Well, we've pretty much wiggled our way into the free-for-all.
It's in his rear. Do you guys not get that yet?
Okay. Hey, who deleted my notes again? I'm like,
Wiggling.
okay.
So anyway, Tim, new Lego Death Star coming out.
In further news, I heard Marvel Zombies was good.
I think
So what are we going to be talking about?
I don't know.
I don't know, just anything at this point. We have to get
Jacob's
off
over
of,
here dying.
Okay, let's go.
All right,
Also, I
host.
do have a quick answer to Isaac's one of his notes here. Are streaming services still better than cable and satellite? And my answer is yes.
Elaborate.
You can't just say yes.
Please explain your answer in at least 2 sentences.
Streaming service better, cable bad.
I don't know what you were expecting when you asked him to do that.
I don't know.
Isaac.
Well, like it's kind of dumb how in order to watch anything, you're having to like subscribe to a whole bunch of different things.
Well, we're going in a circle. You used to pay $100 for cable, and then now they're like, oh, Netflix, $10. That's cool. But then you got to get Netflix, you got to get HBO, you got to get Paramount, you got to
Disney
get
Plus going up to like
Disney
$190.
So we're looking at like I don't know,
Hey.
$100 and some for all of them. So yeah, you
The
full circle.
one thing I will say, streaming services, no ads if you pay for that.
Except for whenever you pay for no ads, and then certain content still has ads on it.
Yeah, what is up with that, HBO and Paramount?
When they still include ads.
Some of them will be like at the very beginning where it's like, here's an ad for another show that we're coming
Oh
out. It's like,
yeah, I know
don't
you're talking
care.
about. Like in HBO, it'll be
You
like
already showed me on
Peacemaker season 2
Yeah.
is here. And I'm like, I'm trying to watch Rick and Morty.
like I already saw it on your home screen sometimes. Trying to get to this show. I'm not watching that. Yeah.
You can't get away from the ads.
Want to break from the ads?
One thing I think that is really useful is YouTube Premium, no ads.
Or
You get a DNS ad blocker.
no, it doesn't.
That
work.
does not
It
work.
doesn't work on DNS side. You need to get like an actual like uBlock or something within your browser, which Google removed for Chrome. It doesn't work anymore. You have to get something like Firefox.
Firefox.
That's the only thing keeping them
Firefox.
alive right now.
$5.
But
I am the biggest.
it's because
Firefox
I get
supporter.
YouTube Premium because I watch YouTube on my TV
That's the wrong answer.
because you can't download an ad blocker in your TV.
That's the wrong answer. Well, you're obviously not trying hard enough, George.
You're not rooting and jailbreaking your streaming device,
No,
and
Why would we do that?
illegal.
Because Big Brother's. Oh wait, I forgot. George loves selling his data.
Exactly.
Microsoft!
Let's go.
Yeah, I'm totally fine with that.
on my way over here, I was listening to the latest episode that we released, and I forgot that was whenever George first like said, "Yeah, let's go Microsoft."
The ever milk loving George.
Milk loving George.
George, how much
Ever-
milk would you say you drink during a day?
At least enough to get going.
I'm glad it's enough.
What is the unit of enough? What does that equate to in
like,
actual standard measurements?
Half a gallon.
In a day?
Could have been like about that much. I don't know.
I don't measure the amount of cups and ounces of milk I drink every day.
How many? All right, let's put it this way. How many times do you go buy milk a week at the store?
I'll buy 2 gallons of milk when I need to go, and they'll last me about 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
Okay.
So a gallon of milk a week.
Well, also you got to think I'm the only one drinking the milk. I'm not drinking a gallon of milk a day.
But that's what you just said.
You just said that. That's what you do.
A half a gallon.
Okay.
I thought we were a tech podcast. What are we?
All right, George, go to the technology of milk.
Udders. Have you seen though? I saw this one clip where it was like,
Where is this going?
This is free for all.
I saw this one clip. So cows drink water, so that's how milk comes out. And they're like, what if cows start drinking bullets? Are bullets gonna start coming out of the udders?
Wait,
I would have to find the clip.
I don't know if the clip's just stupid or if you just explained it in the stupidest way.
He looked so confident at me in the eyes and said
He
that.
sat there and he was like, I saw a clip the other day. And it was very profound and moving. It started talking about how cows, they drink milk.
He's going to find it right now.
No, he said water. They drink
They
water.
drink water, and that's how you get milk.
Why is this guy dying over here? He's turning red. Just breathe, bro.
That presented a conundrum.
He's turning purple.
I'm trying my hardest.
He's purple.
What if a cow? I mean, seriously, sit here and think about this, guys. What
Bullets.
if a cow were to drink the bullets, would then the bullets pass through the udders?
Dude, look, I found it.
Oh my word! Oh, that hurts. I've never. That hurts.
What?
That hurts my stomach.
That makes more sense, George.
Okay, now Tim, now that you've seen the clip, what was the actual explanation?
Water turns into milk.
It's the lactose in the milk, or the lactose in the water. That
Oh, that.
So then,
I'm sorry.
So then.
Bro, can this guy breathe?
So then the cow eats bullets and turns into basically a machine gun.
That makes so much more sense. I'm sorry.
That's exactly what I said.
no,
it's not.
It eats bullets and
Jacob, what is your thoughts
bullets
on
come out of the other.
Oh, my throat hurts. George, that was the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
Bro, this guy was turning like a Smurf over here. He was turning purple over here. Just
He
laughing.
definitely
Could
turned some
not
shades
breathe.
there past that shirt.
Yeah.
Dude, I could not breathe.
This guy was choking himself out for no reason.
He's still going.
It was pretty funny.
I think
Now, with this in mind, go unplug Bob.
This changes everything the way I think of milk and cows.
so. If we light up Bob with bullets, what comes out of the Ethernet port?
Bullets. Or scorched.
Oh, shoot.
Or a scorched Ethernet port.
Oh gosh.
I'm good, guys. I'm here. My throat hurts a bit from wheezing.
I think we need time to breathe, so we'll end up wrapping up this episode of the Break the Bios podcast. Thanks for joining and sticking around for this shenanigans that we've gone through today. Thank you, Josh, for muscling through it with your zombification.
I'm good.
Thank you, Jacob.
Dude, it was a rough one. This one.
Thank you, Tim.
Oh, that was pretty funny.
And George.
It wasn't that funny.
Just thanks for being here, George. Thanks for listening.
No problem.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.